Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome to a new playthrough on the channel. After another busy day yesterday, we're going for a roll and write today in the Cthulhu Mythos as we're playing Roll for Great Old Ones by Hodari Spiele. Our goal varies with each game, but our basic goal is to complete a ritual for a scenario, depending on the actual scenario goals. For today's scenario, we're taking on Scenario 1, the Eternal Ritual. Sinister cultists are trying to awaken an ancient mystical god through a disgusting ritual. To do this, they use the black magic of the Book of the Dead, the Necronomicon. The appearance of this great old one signals doom for the world as we know and love. The investigators should beware of their own fears and sanity. We'll have several different dice. It'll be a D12 here to show which action the cultists are taking, along with a D6 to determine how strong the action is. In this case, we've got cultists reciting from the Necronomicon, summoning more cultists, advancing the ritual, Migos attacking, summoning Migos, the soul suffering, Migos healing, and an illusion of insanity. And we've got our seals down here that we have to close, along with the ritual progress bar toward the bottom, which I'll explain more about how each of those work when they become relevant. The investigator we're playing as is Mandy Bell, the policewoman. Mandy Bell was a woman of the law, a brave policewoman who always upheld justice and protected the innocent. Her whole world was shattered when she discovered that her own husband, the man she loved and trusted, was a cultist priest devoted to the worship of the monstrous deity Hastur. She was torn between her duty to her profession and her love for her husband. Her investigations led her to uncover a web of secrets, corruption, and eldritch rituals that stretched beyond her wildest nightmares. The revelation of her husband's true nature shattered her heart and left her questioning everything she knew about him. But Mandy Bell was a woman of steel, and she refused to let her husband's actions go unpunished. She delved deeper into the cult's practices, gathering evidence of their heinous crimes and building a case against them. Her determination and courage inspired those around her to join the fight. Sadly, no officials ever believed her, leaving her no choice but to take action herself. Mandy Bell's heart was forever scarred by the betrayal of her husband, but her resolve never wavered. She continued to serve and protect, her unwavering sense of justice guiding her through the darkness and the unknown. Her story serves as a warning to all that even those closest to us can be corrupted. Her strong mind will never be corrupted, though. Her actual special ability is when Mandy gains a weakness, she can instead lose 2 health once not to gain a weakness. All right, and similarly, we've got different actions over here. We've got health points. We currently have 4 health. If we lose all of those, we lose. We also have experience, which gets marked off when we hit a star. We also got the pluses, which give us a free number that we can place anywhere on the board. We've got weaknesses that'll cause us problems in this scenario. Collected clues, we're playing on normal difficulty today. Rerolls, which these are costs, I believe, to initiate the rerolls. Insanity checks. Skills we can gain if we hit a number marked with that symbol. Then our various actions, which these have to be descending for recover your soul, recover and release the stress. Once you fill in a set of boxes, you instantly lose one of your weaknesses. Then we've got rest your soul, which all have to be ascending. And instantly gain 2 health. Then we've got healing hands, which is all odd numbers, but they have to be different. Any one investigator gains a health, you gain 2 experience. Then attacking cultists, numbers that aren't equal to each other, and then there's a roll for that. Execute a special action, which varies for the scenario. The special action from the scenario, I'll move that over. And then even to search for clues. So the special action for this scenario, what is this? So which one actually transfers the special? Oh, I see it now. Okay. Right. So the Eternal Ritual, additional cultist penalty. I'm just double checking something here. Follow scenario setup. So, right. Scenario 1. Okay, so scenario action 11. So Migo are summoned according to that. Right, so that's explaining each scenario, and that's the special. So wound 2 Migos, which is just 1 damage, I believe. Yep, those Migos lose 1 health. All right, so that's the special scenario action we have on Mandy's board. So now we are all set there. I'll probably be referencing the rule book quite a bit. Let's see if there's a quick reference here. Oh yeah. Okay, perfect. So now with all that being set, we're all ready to jump into this game. So the first thing we do is we advance the ritual by the ritual level. Ritual level for 1 investigator is 1, I believe. Yes. So we cross off the. So we're going to be crossing off the first box down here on the ritual progress marker. So we'll cross that off. Then we'll roll the dice and create the dice pool. All right, so the cultists are going for a 1 on the D12. Now I've got to determine what number I want. And I can put this on up to 2 of those. So let's see here. Let's see, is that a 1 or a 7? I think that might be that's a 7, actually. Okay, so I will take and then a 7. What 7 uses? It looks like a 7 uses the current ritual level, I believe is what that does. No, actually. That would happen if it's based on the... actually, would that? Oh, so that's only if it's activated by the actions of the cultists. Never mind. And those... And we only gain those when we cross out the... how do those... Oh, those... I believe those only happen by when the die is crossed out. So I think we'll take the 2 and give the cultists the 4. So I'm going to place a 2 in search for clues, which will give me a free number. And then the 2 can also go... 2 can also go in rest your body, because we'll probably need that. And then a free number, which gives me just anything. Right. That's actually plus is actually a free number. So that means I can take that number and put it anywhere. So now the question is, where do I want that? Can now be between numbers 1 to 6. I'm actually going to take a 1 and put it here in Healing Hands. What the? It's not, hang on. There we go. All right, so now coming up to the scenario. The 7 indicates that they're actually going to be healing Migo and heal the displayed number of Migo, which will be 4 but we only have the one Migo out and we haven't done anything to it yet. So we are all clear there. If there's no wounded Migos, if there's no wounded Migo, looks like we advanced the ritual by the current ritual level. Yes, so we advanced the ritual by 1. Okay. Let's see. Activate cultist dice and perform actions. So we don't have any victory or defeat conditions met. So now we're into a new round. So now we re-roll the dice pool. All right, this time the cultists are getting a 4. Do I want the... Do I want the 5 or the 6 here? Let's see, what does the 4 do for them? Migo attacking. Yikes. Either way, that's going to be a pretty nasty attack. Because we will end up with... We'll either have to take 2 insanity tests and get 2 more cultists, or 2 more cultists will get summoned, and we'll have another Migo summoned. I think we'll give them the 6, and we'll take the 5. The 5 I will put in... I'll put that in Healing Hands, which will give me an experience point. And I get another 5, which I will put in... I'll put the other 5 in Execute a Special Action, which will give me another free number. And I'll take that for... Which I'll take that for a 3. And I'll put that in Gaining another experience, which gives me another free number. I'll make that a 4. And I'll put that down in search for clues. Not a bad turn all around, but now we have to go up and activate the cultist actions. So the D12 was a 4, which means we are... The Migo are attacking, so with a 6, that'll be 1 cultist being summoned per investigator twice. So actually that'll give us 2 cultists, and then we summon another Migo. Wait a minute, looks like we should have another... Looks like we should have 2 cultists active. Actually, looks like 3 active for the start of the scenario. Okay. All right, that is it. Once again, no victory or defeat conditions. So we do advance the ritual by the ritual level, which is still 1. We now are moving a 2 up to the actions of the cultists. So we will be having our first cultist action of the game. Now we'll roll the dice. Right, that looks like it's going to end up being a 5 going up to the cultist, up to the scenario. So a 5 is cultist reciting from the Necronomicon. Add crosses equal to the value of the die. So either way, we're getting a pretty big number up there. The only question is, which one do I want? Let's see. I believe when I go down here to search for clues, I could go like 2, 4, 4, 4 theoretically. Let me just double check that. 4 even numbers, so duplicate numbers may be used. Okay. So I think I will take the 4 and give them the 5. All right, I'll put a 4 in on a free number, which now that I know there are a lot of Migos out, I'll make the... Well, let's place the other 4 first. So we've got a 3 there. we'll put a 4 here. That way we're almost to resting your body. Then we'll take a 5 on into execute a special action as a free number, since we... Actually, I don't think we gained the free number. I think we gained... Hold on. No, the star is actually an experience. So that goes up there. So we don't... So yeah, that's actually an experience. All right. So now that we've got that done, now we come down to the scenario. And cultists reciting from the Necronomicon, which it does. The D6 determines the strength of the action. So 5 dice, which means we'll be summoning 5 more. Actually, we'll be reciting the... Hold on. Looks like there was still some dry erase residue from the last time I played this game. Anyway, we're advancing. So we're reciting from the Necronomicon and adding 5 crosses to it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We passed over an actions of the cultists of an 11. So now we trigger the actions of the cultists. Do those squares get crossed off after the actions of the cultist, or looks like it. Okay. So we have a 2, which is cultist reciting from the Necronomicon. Because it's marked with a symbol with a die crossed off. You got to remember what that means. The current ritual level specifies the strength of the effect. So because we're at ritual level 1, we'll pass another action of the cultists, which will be an 8 when these get cleared out. Then for an 11, we summon Migo, which is another Migo. Delightful. So now we're putting an 8 up there for actions of the cultist to be performed next turn. That's an illusion of insanity, so we're going to have to make a sanity test next turn. Once again, victory, defeat is not a thing. So now we're back to the start of the round, advancing the ritual by the ritual level. So that's still 1. And now we're rolling to create the dice pool. All right, that should be that's a 9 going up to the cultists. 9 is summoning more cultists. Well, now I think we will give them the 1. We'll take the 5, so that now we can wound 2 Migo. That'll be a 5. We'll wound 2 of these Migo. And then the 5 can go in another place. The 5 will put that in rest your body, since that will complete the sequence. Now we get a free number, which will be a 6 in search for clues. So now we gain 2 more health. And now we get to search for clues. So I'll grab an unused die for that. Okay. So let's see what happens here. That's a 6, so that means we get 2 clues. Which gives me another free number, which I will take that as a 1 on attack cultists. Let's see, and then 2 clues, I believe it's 2 clues per seal. Let me just double check that. Has found all the clues needed for the chosen difficulty level. Okay, so it looks like So it looks like for that we are playing on normal difficulty. So wait, 4 different bonuses available. So it looks like we only have to do that once. So let me just double check that. But it seems like each... So if all investigators have closed a seal, the game is just over and we win. That's apparently what I'm getting out of this. If the investigators have closed all dark seals. So it looks like we need to complete that 4 times? That seems a little much, but oh well. Scenario goal. When the investigators have closed all active dark seals found on the respective investigator board. So it looks like we have to close... Okay, so it looks like we have to close seals per investigator from the looks of it. I'm not... We only have 1 investigator. So it looks like once we close 1 seal, we win from the looks of it. Anyway, now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to summoning cultists, and we'll summon 2 more cultists. And then we have inactions of the cultist at 8, which is Illusion of Insanity. Roll the die and compare it to my current insanity level. So we cross that off. When the action is activated, all investigators must pass a test for their insanity. Each investigator will roll a die and compare it to their current insanity level. So it looks like we don't have anything going on there. Do we? Let's see. Okay, the search for clues, yada yada yada. If an investigator gains an insanity point, so that would be fail. We gain an insanity point, or compare this level to their current insanity. Okay, so if we pass, we gain an insanity point. So right now our insanity level is a 1. Which that is a 1. So dice is less than insanity level. So the value of the die is less than or equal to, so we fail. Let's see, we can manipulate it with a reroll. Which a reroll is going to require me to gain an insanity point. That will give me a free skill, which I'll take the skill in a second here. This time I'll pass that, so that'll give me another insanity point. But I do get a skill from that, so I will take 2... Let's take instantly find a clue, which will also give me a free number. I'll make that a 2, and we'll put that down here for another free number. Let's go with a 6 for another free number. I'll make that let's make that a 1, which will give me another instant free number. I'll make that a 2 on execute special action for yet another free number. We'll make that another 2 down here for yet another free number. We'll make that another 2. Say it with me, kids. Another free number. Then we'll go 6 on recover your soul for an experience point, which will give me yet another free number, which will make that let's put that a 1 on an execute special action. So we'll defeat these 2 Migo. Okay, that was a pretty effective turn. Let's see, that came from... I think that was still from us. That was quite the turn. So we haven't done anything with the cultists yet. The 9 is summoning cultists. They'll summon another 2. And the actions of the cultist... Oh, that was from the actions of the cultist. Never mind. Yeah, that was from the actions of the cultists. That's right, because I needed a reroll to manipulate the insanity result. Okay, now that we've got that straight, we loop back through, no victory conditions here. So now we're rolling again for the turn. All right, we've got a 3 going up to the cultists, which means they're going to be summoning more. Here I want the... Let's see, here I'm going to take a... Here, I'll take a 2 and I'll give them a 4. The 2 is going to go on execute a special action, so we'll wound 2 Migo. And then we'll take the 2 on attacking the cultists. Then a 3 is going to be summon cultists. The 4 will let them summon 3 more. And in actions of the cultists for a 2. All right, no, we forgot to advance the ritual. Okay. Then we have the actions of the cultists on a 2. So the current ritual level determines the strength of the action there, right? Yes, the current ritual level, so that's a 1, which means they'll add 1 there. Victory conditions, victory check is not a thing, so we're back to the start of the round. This time I'll remember to advance the ritual by 1 at the start of the turn. We are crossing off we are putting a 4 in the actions of the cultists. And we're rolling. Right, that's another 3 going up to the scenario, and we've got 5s. Let's see. So, well, I think we're both ending up with 5s at any rate. So that'll give me a 5, which I will put a 5 on healing hands because I can use duplicates there. That will give me a health and 2 experience, which will give me a free number. I'll take the 5 from the roll and put that on recover your soul. And then we'll make the free number another 5 so I can attack the cultists and gain another experience. Well, actually, we can manipulate, I believe we can manipulate the initial pool of dice. So the cultists have a 3 with a 5 there. They're summoning 4 more cultists, with another actions of the cultist being a 6. And now we activate the actions of the cultists. So a 4 is Migo attacking. The investigator with the highest dice result is attacked by the cruel Migo. So it looks like that's is that the ritual level determining that? D6 is rolled to determine the effect. All right, so I've got a D6 right here for that. All right, that's a 5. So you take 2 insanity points, which is going to give me a weakness and a skill. And then 2 more cultists are summoned, which will give them an actions of the cultists of an 8 to be taken on their next run through the actions of the cultists. We do have to take a madness, though. Let's go for... well, actually, I can lose 2 health to not gain a weakness, so I think I will do that. So I'll lose 2 health to not gain the weakness. But I also get a skill, which will be... Let's instantly gain 3 free numbers, which I'll make one of those free numbers a 4. We'll attack the cultists. There's an effect on there where a 1 and a 2 I don't defeat anything. 3 and a 4 I defeat 1. 5 and a 6 I defeat 2. That's a 3, so I defeat 1 cultist. Alright, and I still have 2 more free numbers that I can place. Let's go with 4 and a 4 is my other 2 free numbers. That was from the skill I gained on the insanity. Victory check is once again not a thing, so now we're rolling the dice again. Oh, we're advancing the ritual. Actually, did we finish up the... No, we didn't. We still have to do the 6 for the actions of the cultist, which that one was based on the die roll, so I'll have to... So actually, those were both 5s. So investigators with the fewest active weaknesses would gain 1. I will lose another 2 health, so I don't have to gain a weakness. And now we start off by putting an 8 up as the actions of the cultists. We advance the ritual by 1, since that's still the ritual level. And now we're rolling. Alright, so that'll be a 5 going up to the... So cultists reciting from the Necronomicon. Do I want the 4 or the 1 here? I think here I want the... I think here I'll take the 4 and give the investigators a 1. So I'll put the 4 on... I'll put one of the 4s on Recover Your Soul to give me a free number. Then I'll resolve the normal 4 there to give me an experience and another free number. So I've got 2 free numbers coming out of this, which I will make that, for the first free number, a 6 to search for clues. On a 1, I don't get anything. I lose a health, actually. 2 to 5, I get a clue. 6, I get 2. That's a 3, so I gain a clue. Sorry, frog in my throat. Let's see, I still have another free number coming from that, which I'll make that another 4, and I'll gain another experience. As for the cultist, the 5 is reciting from the Necronomicon. The value of the die determines that. It's a 1. So they'll advance, they'll continue to summon through the Necronomicon. The actions of the cultist is an 8, so I have to make another insanity test. So my insanity right now is a 1. Still 1. That's a 2, so I pass. Actually, my current insanity level is 2. So let's go ahead and re-roll that, because I need my health. Oop. That's a 5. Okay, we can live with that. So that'll give me another insanity point. Alright, once again, so no new actions of the cultist. Victory defeat check is not a thing. We advance the ritual by 1. And we're rolling. All right, that's a 4 going to the scenario. Am I fine with the Migo having a 6? They'll be attacking me anyway. Oh, and afterwards another Migo is summoned from the last time they attacked. I'm not going to worry about that now, though. Would the dice be re-rolled if the Migo are attacking? We would have to re-roll that. So do I want them having a 6? Well, I don't think it really matters because they will... The D6... 2 cultists and another Migo summoned. That... Yeah, I think we're fine with... I think we're going to have to be fine with that. So a 6, we'll put that on searching for clues. Then we get to take another 6, which I will put on... we'll put that on recover your soul. That'll give me another experience. But I also get to search for clues again. Prefer something 2 to 6. That's a 1, so we actually lose a health. That is unfortunate. All right. So, with that being done, now we're going up to the cultist. The Migo are attacking. They'll summon 2 more cultists, which will put another 8 up to, which will put an 8 up to actions of the cultist. And they summon 2 more Migo, which will send another 8 up there. All right, so now we activate the actions of the cultist, which is an 8, so illusion of insanity. We have to make another insanity test. Actually, we're going to have to make 2 insanity tests here. The first one we pass, which gives me a weakness. Here I will take the... Actually, do I choose the weakness when I gain it, or... Well, the problem is I can't lose 2 health here because that would get me killed and I would lose. So I am going to have to take off the... Oh, so I roll the D6. All right, so we did pass that. I do take the weakness. That's a 5, so I advance the ritual by 2 if I choose an odd investigator die. So now our second insanity level is still a 2. So that one we also pass. We now gain a skill because we're now in insanity level 3, and that will be... that'll be to instantly gain 3 experience. So 1, 2, 3, which gives me a clue and a free number, which I will make that a 3 on recover your soul, so I can get rid of that weakness I just took. And then that was the second action of the cultists. So now we advance the ritual by 1, which sends a 3 up to actions of the cultists, and now we're rolling. All right, so that's a 1 going up to the scenario card. 1 is the ritual. So that would be advancing that by 1. Question is, where would I want the 1? Yeah, I could take a... well, I think we will have to take a 1 here. So I'll put the 1 on... I'll put the 1 on rest your body because we need to get some healing going on here. And we need I'll put a 1 over here. That's on healing hands. Then for a 1, the cultists are getting closer and closer to their perverted goal of unleashing terror on the world. So they advance the ritual by 1, right? Add up the ritual steps as follows, and add them as crosses in the ritual progress. Okay. So yeah, we're advancing the ritual by 1. Then we have an actions of the cultists at a 3, summoning a cultist, so they summon 1 more cultist. Okay. And then victory, defeat conditions still aren't a thing. So now we advance the ritual by 1 once again. And now we're rolling. Morning, Victor. We're just checking out a game I haven't played since last year. This is Roll for Great Old Ones by Hodari Spiele. Coffee. Well, I don't drink coffee, so hopefully you enjoy yours. Let's see, we've got a 7, that is. That is one thing I don't like about these dice. While they are thematic, they're actually fairly hard to read. The 9, Paranoid Times. Let's see, we've got a 3 and a 1 as our cultist dice. Dungeons and Dragons. Oh, cool. Let's see, 3 and a 1. Let's see, the 7 is Migo's getting healed. I want that to be as low as possible. Okay. Let's see, so if I give them a heal the number of Migo, and remove all damage, I could probably deal with one getting healed. So what do I want to do with the 3? What would I do with the 3 here? The 3. Do I work on Rest Your Body? I think that's probably the best idea. So we'll take the 3 and give the cultists the 1. The 3 I can put in 2 places. I'll put 1 on Rest Your Body so I can immediately gain an experience, which is also a free number. Then I'll put the 3 on Healing Hands, which will be another free number. So I've got 2 free numbers coming out of this. What do I want to do with that? Okay, I got a little bit sidetracked here. I've got 2 free numbers. Enjoy your day as well, Victor. We've got 2 free numbers that I've got to deal with here. Do I just go 4-5 to heal up and get another free number? I think that's what I do. So we'll go 4-5 on Rest Your Body, which will give me another free number, which I'll make that a... That also gives me 2 health, which I'll make that a 6, and I'll put that on Search for Clues. And then we heal 1 Migo. We'll heal that one. Oh, I see what that is. So there should be a different Migo summoned. We'll summon a blank one since we didn't do anything there. All right, so that one should have no damage on it. Oh, if 3 or more Migo are active, a second attack is triggered. Okay, so I do need to be a little bit careful of that. We've got a 3 on the actions of the cultists, which we're summoning more cultists. So because that's level 1, we summon a cultist, and it's a good thing I gained some health because we lose 1 health. Victory check is still not a thing, so now we're rolling. Well, after we advance the ritual, I also gain an insanity point. So now we're rolling. That's a 3 going up to the scenario, which is summoning cultists, which I think we're probably just going to have to eat that. Question is, do we want to manipulate either of these dice? I think the answer is... What would we do with a 3 here? What would we do with either of these? We could work on more cultist attacking. Might not be a terrible idea to work on trying to wound some of these Migo. Wait, there should have been a 3. Oh, I think we should have had an actions of the cultists on a 3. We'll do that this turn. I think we'll go ahead and re-roll a 3 or a 4 going up there means we're going to summon 3 more cultists, and I'm not sure I'm down with that plan. So we're going to summon a cultist to re-roll one of these dice. So we'll re-roll this 3. Actually, we'll keep the 3. Let's re-roll the... What would I have more use for right now? A 3 or a 4? If it stays. Probably the 4, but let's see what happens on this on re-rolling the 3. All right, that's a 2, so that's actually quite helpful. I can put that up there and only summon 2 more cultists, which are going to trigger a 7 action of the cultist. That is the Migo being healed. Which 1 being healed, I can probably deal with that. Although that's going to advance the ritual since we have no wounded Migo right now. I think that's fine though. We'll take the 4 and the 2. We'll put a 4 on Search for Clues, which will give me an experience. And we'll put the other 4 on Wounding 2 Migo. And we'll give that'll be another experience. All right, then the 3 on the die is summoning cultists. 2 is going to summon 2 more. Because of the level, we cross the ritual action of the cultists of a 7. Then we trigger the actions of the cultists. 3 is summoning more cultists. We'll summon 1 more. And a 7 is the Migo healing. Since there are no wounded Migo right now, we advance the ritual by another 1. All right, then that's it for the round. So now we are advancing the ritual by 1. And we're rolling again. All right, that is a 6. That will be the Soul Suffers. Let's see. That doesn't care. Determine the investigators who will feel their deepest fear. Let's see. A 4 would let me search for clues. A 5 would let me... Actually, a 5 I could use to... Actually, I could use either one to start preparing for recovering my soul. Let's... Well, either way, it doesn't really matter what die is going up there anyway, because I'm a solo investigator. So we'll give them the 5, and I'll take the 4. 4 will go down to search for clues, which I'll roll for that in a second, and I'll put the other 4 on recovering my soul. So I'll go ahead and roll for the clues. That's a 6, so we gain 2 more clues, which will be another skill and giving me another health. Let's see, what do I want here for the... So what do I want here for the skill that I get? Let's go for... Let's go for instantly gaining 2 more health. That way I can hold a That way I can hold a weakness at bay. That way I can use my health to hold a weakness at bay. So the 6 is the soul suffers. 5 will be the investigator with the fewest active weaknesses. That's me with 0, and I'm a solo investigator anyway. So then we roll for the actual weakness, which would be 4 is gain an insanity when I choose an even investigator die. I'm going to lose 2 health, so I don't have to deal with that. Then we have no actions of the cultists this round. So we're advancing so now we're at the start of a new round. We're advancing the ritual by 1, which means we will have an 8 going to the actions of the cultists. And we're rolling here. Okay, so let's get our roll. That'll be a 4, which is Migo attacking. Can we deal with that? I think the answer is going to be that we're going to have to. Well, we could spend a reroll. Let's see, what would we do with a 2 or a 1? We probably use the 2 to start on. We probably use the 2 to get a bunch of free numbers on searching for clues, which I think we can probably work with that. So yeah, we'll deal with the Migo attacking. We'll give them the 1, and we'll take the 2. So we'll put a 2 on searching for clues, which will trigger another free number. That'll be another 2 there. Then that's another free number, which will take a 5 on recover your soul to give me another free number. We'll make that a 4 on the special action, and we'll wound 2 of the Migo. Okay. And then a 4 is the Migo are attacking, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 active Migo, which means we get attacked with a 1 on the first one for... Yes, so the die determines the cultist die, so the 1 we lose 2 health and gain an insanity, which will trigger a madness. That's a 2, gain an insanity for each special action I perform. I think I will have to eat that one because I've only got 2 health left. And then a second attack, since we have 4 Migo active, is a 4. That loses a health. Actually, that'll also summon a Migo. So we'll summon... Actually, that one's already summoned and been defeated. So we'll summon this one with an action of the cultist of a 6. And we'll summon this one. So that's 1 health. We need to worry about healing pronto. We also take an insanity, and another Migo gets summoned. And then we'll summon those 2. We should also have, looks like we should also have 2 more experience from defeating 2 Migos. So I'll take that now. I'll take that as actually 4 more experience since we defeated 2. 3, 4. So that's 2 more free numbers, which will be... Hold on. That shouldn't have been... We'll call that a 3. So we'll take a 2 on recover your soul to instantly lose a weakness. And then for our other free number, we'll make that a... Actually, you know what? If we make that a 4, gain a clue, gain an instant clue, we've collected all 8 of our clues, and then we can get a seal, which will be counterattack, because why not? We'll defeat 2 Migos instantly. But that doesn't really matter here, because we have seals equal to the number of investigators. I've closed all dark seals, and there's at least one. Close the dark seal. So we found all necessary clues. So we gained our scenario bonus, and that's actually going to be it for this playthrough of Roll for Great Old Ones. We have managed to win this game. So that will do it for... So in this slight ramble, that will do it for this playthrough of Roll for Great Old Ones. A little bit on the confusing side, still kind of early in learning this game, but all in all, not a bad game, and it plays decently quickly. Probably not something that you're going to seek out, I would imagine, but especially, well, it's probably something I'll take out occasionally when I'm in the mood for like a quick Mythos fix. But otherwise, I tend to like my games that tell a bit more of a story. Though again, this one was pretty simple, all things considered. So, not a bad game. Probably not something I'm going to rush to clamor and play again, if that makes sense. But that's it. Like I said, that's ramble. That is it for this playthrough of Roll for Great Old Ones. Of course, we are not quite done yet because this was our first stream of the day, and you guys know what that means. Once I get cleaned up, we will be cracking today's entry in the Advent calendar. Okay, that is probably cleaned up enough. Looks like I've got both my packages out for delivery today, so we'll also have a product unboxing a little bit later. We'll be busy on the channel. I'm going to get all of these out of the way. Let's see, today is the 11th, so we want this entry right here in the Advent calendar. So let's crack that open and see what kind of dies in here. In here we've got the D6 from the gray and white set. A little bit bigger than I normally use, but let's see how it goes through. Not bad. Like I said, it's a little bit bigger than I normally expect, where you get you have the Santa symbol as being your 6 on the die. So yeah, we're still going through these 3 dice sets. But that will do it for this playthrough of Roll for Great Old Ones. As I mentioned, we'll have a product unboxing a little bit later. We'll also have a playthrough of Appa Baseball with the 2004 matchup, but I'm going to be starting to work on doing some testing for my season ticket baseball 1985 season replay. We'll probably have another game later today as well, but I haven't decided what that's going to be yet. As for tomorrow, we'll step back into our story of This War of Mine in the morning. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone.